Right, welcome back to Acknowledges again. And someone just told us about this just before, pre-morning. Like continuing the horse knowledge. In the pre-morning, right, is a hormone replacement therapy used by women in that. And apparently it's derived from horse, from horse hormones. And obviously, we've seen and looked at the bovine ideas for the sources of hormones before, right? Obviously, like the Moses, for example, they use the bull. They use the bull hormones and the cow-based, bovine source, and also use the horse source. Of course, like if it's a horse, it's very similar to hormones. So you know what I mean. It makes perfect sense that the horse is right in to deal with it. And then, of course, a mare is a horse and all, like a mare. So a pre-morning, of course, estrogen. Like this is east, cool, right? The east. So is that the east? Obviously, three wise men from the east and look to the east and all that. But estradiol. So of course, there are a lot of connections here, right? And there was something. I've done a video once before about them drinking horse urine. That's sort of well known about it. That something about drinking the horse urine. So if the horse hormones is found in the urine, well, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Of course, your royal people and that are banging into the horsey life and all that. So like maybe there's a difference between the ones who take the medicine derived from the cows, right, and the ones who take the medicine derived from the horse. Because obviously, like the horse represents a higher class type of thing. You know what I mean? In terms of like an animal pecking order or something. Like a horse is like more upper class than a cow. You know what I mean? In a strange type of pecking order, they've probably got a social class to deal with animals and almost likely. You know what I mean? And a horse is an upper class type of thing, isn't it? You see, estrogen is a female sex hormone produced by the ovaries. So obviously, it's pre-morning, coming from the ovaries of a horse or something, right? Horsey hormones. Pre-morning, of course, very similar to the Freemasons idea. The Freemasons idea, and of course, the Maurer is the German name for Mason. Equine, see? Equine, of course. Equinox. So you'll have an equinox to do with the like sun and moon. So that would be to do with like the idea of a horse-drawn chariot or something, like galloping across the sky. See? So they call it an equinox, equine, or chariot symbolism on the sun and moon. Of course, all this stuff's just basically saying it's for like HRT for women, but of course, it'd have its trans uses, that's for sure, like, you know what I mean? Of course, they say it's to do with menopause and that, but it'll also be used in the trans therapy, of course. Of course, that's all secret, see what I mean? So it'll be used in that. Conjugated equine estrogens. So, there's will be a lot to do with it. Hormones. So you have like, obviously they've got the same type of, workings as a person, basically. very similar, like. And obviously this is where they derive all the potions from, magic substances and that. So obviously must be like compatible with human bodies. You know what I mean? So it must be compatible in some way, like, using this stuff and that. Of course, you have that idea about the prodigal son and all in the Bible, and that the prodigal son. Probably Homer and use that, like, wasn't he? Thus, quite similar for humans as for horses. Promotes maturation of the you-know-whats. Endocrine system. Of course, your royal people are very much into the horse life, aren't they? Columbus, Duchess of Cambridge. They love the horses, man. Of course, competing in the Olympics and all that. And the Princess Royal equestrian career. Of course, you've got the trans idea in that. You've got you've got the full idea. The tea rannies in that, and the trans idea in that. The sure jumping. Princess Royal. And of course, they've got a very horsey look as well, haven't they? A lot of people see that. The hair looks like a horse's mane and all, like, doesn't it? Got a very horsey look to them and all, like, big teeth and yeah, like a very thick type of hair. That's a type of horse hair, isn't it? They call it horse hair. So that's what a person will just see it with before the royal look. That's a good knowledge, because there is a very type of royal horse look, isn't there? And Philip and the eunuch, of course, another horse person straight off the bat. Love the horse related life. They don't only just like to ride the horse, they like to ingest the horse's hormones and that. Of course, the other Philip and the eunuch was banging the horses, so they all love the horse. Horse hair. The hair from the mane or tail of a horse. That's what they call a bit under here. The same as a lion, they have a mane. So the mane idea has something to do with it. Horses with beautiful hair. Looks a bit thick and stiff, doesn't it? Really, the hair and that. You wouldn't a mattress like that. Quite a history to it. The background of horsehair, used in quite a lot of stuff. Obviously, a little industry coming from the horse, in all ways and that, including sort of secretive ways, i.e., making trans hormones. Of course, when you have a trans like this, the main idea, you got the mare, which is a lot of the code in that, the mare and the main. So obviously a total trans, and of course you got the E from the royal household, born in Westminster. Of course, this trans was in a movie about transes, wasn't it? The Danish girl. Yeah, and the Dan idea, the day with horses and that. What a trans this one looks. Unbelievable. Here's our thing about the Dan shall judge. Dan shall be a serpent in the way of viper that bites the horse, so that its rider shall fall backwards. The idea of a viper biting a horse. Which again, that could be seen as a hormone injection. Like the snake bite. The snake bite, the viper biting the horse idea. Hormone injections. There's the Dan snake idea. Hebrew judge. Then caduceus, a symbol of medicine. Two snakes winding around the winged staff. Of course, Moses had his staff. Moses had a staff. And of course, a staff is like administrative eunuchs. Like a staff. Running the administration. In associations with trade, lawyers, thieves, alchemy, and wisdom. So, just sums it up, doesn't it? The snake, the snake bite, like the injection, like an injection, needle injection. Of course, the main purpose of an injection is to get the hormones into the body. Of course, Moses' staff turned into a snake. You know what I mean? Which is, again, this has got to be a metaphor for the injection. The needle and injection thing for the hormones. They call it the brass serpent. Moses threw it on the ground, it became a snake. And he ran from it. They got a lot of code in that. They got the TH. The TH, and he ran from it. Tran, stick the T on there. Exodus 7:4-7. So a lot of ideas about the brass serpent, read. It says here it was a lower pitched early brass instrument. Now, to me, if you have an early brass instrument, that could just as easily mean a needle, in the what they call a needle for injecting. In the story of the brass serpent in the Bible, the Hebrew had been bitten by the serpent. And of course, serpent represents sin, so all accords as to the sort of hormone usage and the injecting hormones into people. Syringe is a word I'm trying to think of there, like syringe. So the brass serpent to me means a syringe, right? In the apparently the 1660s, right, the first syringe fixed with goose quill to inject wine and opium into the veins of dogs. I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, I think that these syringes were invented to inject hormones, right? Of course, you got the vaccine idea, and it was Dr. Jenner, wasn't it? Bruce Jenner, like Bruce Jenner. He said